Kamil Patel, the chief executive of Dolberg, recently signed a significant deal in South Africa involving the financing of Xerox's expansion in 27 African countries. He's in Port Louis and joins us now for some more insights into this. Xerox is a name, Kamil, that most people will recognize, the brand that has been around for decades now, the brand that launched, in fact, Steve Jobs and his whole Apple empire. How did you get involved with Xerox in the first place?
Well, it's actually a very nice story. We've been chatting with one of the biggest IT software companies in Africa, and the discussion has started and is happening. I of course can't give you many details about it, but we definitely feel that on the African continent, on a general sort of point of view, there is a need for financing of assets, and because of the tremendous growth we're seeing in Africa, and quite a few worldwide brands are looking at ways to sell their products with a financing solution attached to them in Africa.
What kind of products is Xerox targeting for this continent?
Oh, mostly the copiers.
So it's still that very basic bottom-end copier, or are they also going right up the chain?
Well, you would be actually quite surprised. There is a mix of products that are being sold in Africa, and with all brands, we see very high quality setups in Africa. I think unfortunately we have or there is an image of Africa being underdeveloped, which is, I think, sometimes unfair.
Indeed. What about the whole leasing arrangement? In South Africa itself, there was a time when you could only buy copiers on leasing agreements because they were so expensive. Of course, technology has improved that considerably over the years, but is that where you're going to be focusing your attention when you go into these countries?
Yes, definitely. Africa needs a solution for financing, and especially financing of the assets and the growth. Dolberg is specialized in financing of corporates. So we've been working the first couple of years on finding a product that's ideal for Africa. And it seems that a rental product for these assets in Africa is perfect, because it's a truly off-balance sheet financing, first of all, which brings a lot of advantages, especially on the side of the speed and efficiency. We bring advantages also with the tax, where if you do a rental agreement, you have the depreciation doesn't stay on the books of the client, but is on the books of the renter, which can be very interesting for our clients. There are also VAT issues. I mean, we had a issue with a very big client of ours in Mozambique a few months ago, where they'd bought a huge amount of equipment, and they had this value-added tax bill that they claimed to the government, and it was a bit complicated to get it paid out, because the government wanted it done in a different way. So if it is now done through a rental company, we now come in, take that burden, and we make sure that the government is settled. It's not the problem of the client anymore.
And being based in Mauritius rather than on the African continent itself, well, you are part of Africa, but there's a bit of ocean between you and the continental area. Is there any particular advantage to that?
Yes, I think there's a few advantages in our field of the leasing. Leasing has existed for about 30 years in Mauritius. We're very high on the curve of the experience. We've got a very good workforce in Mauritius, and Mauritius is a fantastic platform to start to work from. The regulation and the double taxation agreements with the African continent make it interesting for us to work from here.